What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and for today's Yu-Gi-Oh news video, I'm going to be talking about a brand new archetype that will be released in the next core set, Darkwing Blast, known as the Kshatri-La. I probably just butchered that, honestly, but if you guys don't know, this is basically part of the Visas Starfrost archetype, and it says here, Visas learns that there are forces much bigger than just a bunch of fear beasts and some terrorized mermaids in clear New World setting. Excuse me. And there's a general note here that says, as best as we can tell, this theme's name comes from Kshatriya, a warrior aristocrat caste in India, along with Shangri-La, a legendary paradise believed to exist in the Himalayas. So it's basically, I guess you could say it's an Indian archetype, I guess. I don't know. But shout outs to my fans, my viewers in India. Shout outs to you guys. You guys are awesome. But we do have to get into this archetype. Based on what I'm looking at from the artworks, it seems as if the archetypes might be like, I think these are what, psychics? Yeah. So this is a psychic archetype. So easily emergency teleport. So easily you can tell that emergency teleport is going to be one of the big cards that's going to be instrumental with this deck, if you will. So hopefully, ooh, excuse me. This archetype, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is going to be a very intriguing one. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you guys do and you guys want to see more in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and follow me on my social media. The links will be in the description, as will the info to my fan mail. If you guys want to send fan mail, the info will be in the description as well. And I'm sure you guys are probably wondering how I get all this info. I actually use YG Organization. Shout outs to them, obviously. But I actually have one, two, three, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 pieces of Yu-Gi-Oh content for the next couple weeks. So there's a lot. There's a lot of new cards to talk about, including also the Power of the Elements premiere event promo, which I'm actually going to talk about now, just to get it out of the way and show you guys what the card is and what it can do. So the Power of the Elements premiere event promo is none other than Goaty of the Deep Beyond, which is a 10-star water fish synchro with question mark attack and 0 defense, and requires one or more fish tuners and one or more non-tuner monsters. So I mean with this deck, with this card, if you were running sharks and the sharks had a tuner monster, maybe this could work out. Who knows? But the effect reads the original attack of this card becomes 500 multiplied times the number of banished monsters. If this card is synchro summoned during the opponent's turn, you can banish all cards on the field. During the standby phase of the next turn, after this card was banished from the monster zone, you can special summon this banished card. So it's basically it's sort of like a macrocosmos of sorts, which it's not too bad, but There's just there are so many cards better than this one in my honest opinion. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The artwork looks amazing. The artwork looks gorgeous. I'll even show it off. This is off of the official Yu-Gi-Oh the official Yu-Gi-Oh Konami page that is from Europe. That's basically what the artwork looks like. Which, honestly, to be fair, I'm gonna be honest. Again, it looks great. The artwork looks amazing, but to be fair, with the effect, there's so many better cards than this one, honestly. But they posted that captioning it the same. The Power of the Elements premiere event is coming up on July 30th and 31st. You can be entered into a draw to win exclusive prizes like this ultra rare copy of Goaty of the Deep Beyond. So I'm assuming that this card could have been a common in the set, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty much it for that. But now we gotta talk about the Kshatri-La, I believe is how it's pronounced. So first up we have Kshatri-La Fenrir, which is a 7-star Earth Psychic with 2400 attack and defense. And the second and third effects are a once per turn. And the first effect reads, if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Cyber Dragon effect. It's a Cyber Dragon. Do I even have to say anything else, honestly? Dude, I don't think I should. The second effect reads, during your main phase, you can add one Kshatri-La monster from your deck to your hand. Stratos. It's a Stratos. Third effect reads, when this card declares an attack, or if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, banish it face down. So, basically, it's a Cyber Dragon Stratos, and a number 89. If you guys don't know, number 89, it's Diablos' the Mind Hacker, where it has an effect where it can bash a card, bash one of your opponent's cards face down. But this one though is from the field. Number 89 has the effect where it targets the extra deck. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Being able to just Cyber Dragon this card right out the bat, and to be able to commit to your normal summon as well. That's actually pretty good. In fact, I think all of the main deck monsters have the same first and second effects, but I think the second effects for each of these are different. Yeah, so okay, so that's actually not too bad though, I have to admit. Next up we have Kshatri-La Unicorn, which is a 7-star Wind Psychic. 2500 attack, 2100 defense, so basically a Dark Magician like stats. Second and third effects are once per turn. First effect has the Cyber Dragon effect. Second effect is basically the same as Fenrir, but instead of adding a monster, you get to add a Kshatri-La spell from your deck to your hand. Yeah, okay, so basically, okay, hold on. Hang on, guys. So this next one, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, its third effect is basically different. Yeah. Yeah, I believe the second effects for each of these are different. Yeah, so Fenrir's third effect reads that when he declares an attack or if your opponent activates a monster effect, you get to target a face-up card your opponent controls, and banish it face down. Unicorn has the effect where it says that when he declares an attack or if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can look at your opponent's extra deck and banish a monster from it face down. So similar to number 89, which is actually pretty crazy. Now this next one, Kshatri-La Ogre, 7-star water psychic, 2800 attack, 1000 defense, has the third effect which reads, when this card declares an attack or if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck and banish one of them face down and place the rest on top of the deck in the same order. Which, that's actually pretty funny. That's pretty hilarious because if one of the cards that you look at is an Ash Blossom, you can easily just banish it right off the bat, but you can also banish as well some of the more problematic Floodgate cards that might be problematic to you and what your board looks like. So gotta be mindful of that, guys. Gotta be mindful of that. But I have to admit that's actually not too bad. But the second effect of Ogre reads during your main phase you can add a Kshatri-La trap from your deck to your hand. So that's actually pretty cool. So each of these has their own separate effects of sorts. Fenrir becomes a Stratos. Becomes a Stratos, and then Unicorn and Ogre become Spell and Trap Rhoda, basically, which is pretty cool, I have to admit. Next up we have Kshatri-La Shangri-La, I believe is how it's pronounced, and what the hell? Excuse me. Is it just me, or does that look like something out of Princess Connect Redive? Guys, take a look at this. If you guys watched Princess Connect Redive, I actually just finished. I'm actually going to be finishing up the anime today, but it kind of looks like the planet, I guess, from the show. Which I have to admit, the artwork looks pretty badass, but I think it looks similar to something out of like Princess Connect Redive or something out of like out of like some other anime or something like that. But yeah, the name of the card is Kshatri-La Shangri-La, which is a rank 7 Fire Psychic Exceeds, obviously. 0 attack, 3 hours in defense, and requires 2 or more level 7 monsters. The first effect is a once per turn, which reads, during each standby phase, you can spell summon one Kshatri-La monster from your deck. Ooh, okay, so this works perfectly because you can easily, because this will help you go into cards such as Big Eyes, such as number 89, you know, pretty much any like rank 7 exceeds, which I'm gonna go on Nexus and show you guys some of the different rank 7s that you could summon with this deck, which I'm pretty sure, in which I can tell you there's gonna be a lot of cards, a lot of rank 7s, which is gonna be pretty nuts. So let's see. Go filter, if it'll let me. I guess not. Oh, wait. There we go. So go all cards, monster, category, exceeds, 7, card pool, TCG, OCG, go all, and search. Okay, so some of the different Xyz monsters that you could summon You can summon. I would say you can summon cards such as Chronomaly, Chaos Atlantis, or Chaos XC summon the Great Moral Leader, but you would literally need to have their counterparts for that. But you could summon. I would say also the Odd Eyes monsters, but not really. But you can summon Dark Anthelion Dragon. You can summon Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon Overlord, which is another one that you could summon. You could summon as well cards such as Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, Aurea the Sylvan High Arbiter, sorry. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon as well, which is pretty nice. Mermail Abyss Gaio, or I would say Gaios, but I guess not. Number 89. Dark Arm, the Dragon of Annihilation. Number 74, Master of Blades. Number 76, Harmonizer Gradiel. Super Quantal Mega Beast Lustrix, or I guess the Dragon Sword, I guess. Dracosac. Gaia Dragon, Big Eye. Volopharnagus, the Darkest Dragon Doom Rider. Abon Illusion Magician, if you had a small spellcaster package. Ray Raptor Arsenal Falcon. Number 28, Titanic Moth, which is an interesting one. Number 7, Lucky Stray. Even also Chaos Exceeds Barry and Hope as well. So there are quite a few rank 7s that you can summon with this deck, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane, absolutely cool. Not much else to say about it. This card does have 2 other effects. The second effect reads, each time an opponent's card or cards is banished face down, you can choose one unused main monster zone or spell trap zone. It cannot be used while this monster is face up on the field. So this basically is Ojama King. Plain and simple. Not much else to say about that. But you guys are probably wondering, wait a minute, Ojama King, what the fuck is that? Well, Ojama King is a very interesting card because it requires Ojama Green, Ojama Black, and Ojama Yellow to summon it. And what's interesting about him is that with Ojama King, you can choose. I think it's like you could choose 3 different 3 monster zones. You can't use them, so they're basically occupied of sorts. So that's basically what I mean by the Ojama King effect. It's basically that. And then the third effect reads, if this card would be destroyed by battle card effect, you can detach one material from it instead. Okay, so definitely cards such as Emergency Teleport, Exceeds Import are going to be crucial for the deck, which I'm not too surprised on, honestly. Next up, we have Decline Scareclaw, and it's a normal spell that reads target one primitive planet Rage Phobia you control or in your graveyard, return it to the hand. Then if you control Visas Starfrost, you can change one face-up monster your opponent controls to face-down defense. So it's essentially a Book of Moon. It's essentially a Book of Moon where you can just target one of your opponent's monsters, set it face down, and it basically just breaks your opponent's board, which is actually pretty crazy. The second effect is a once per turn that reads, if there are 3 or more defense position monsters on the field, you can banish this card from your grave, add 1 Scareclaw card from your grave to your hand. So it's basically Graveyard Rhoda, I guess you could say. There's a note here that says the kanji for this means something like the decaying via the fourth world. So that's okay. Okay, I'm not gonna really explain what that means, honestly, because I don't even know myself. Next up, we have Kshatri-La which is a continuous spell. Oh, for a second, it looked like a fill spell. In which all three effects are once per turn, and the first effect reads: you can normal summon level 7 monsters without tributing. Yeah, no need for a Cyber Dragon. No need for a Cyber Dragon effect, but you will need the Cyber Dragon effect. So if you're going first and you have this card in your hand, you go special summon. I'll say Fenrir. Activate Birth. Trigger its effect. Normal summon Ogre as a random example. Trigger both effects. Get out, a trap and a monster. Overlay them into Shangri-La, and then just pop off from there. Basically just combo off from there, which is actually pretty crazy. Second effect reads: during your main phase, you can special summon one of your non-Xyz Kshatri-La monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. So it's basically, with this effect, it's sort of like Monster Reborn / DDR. So in a way, you really don't need Monster Reborn or Different Dimension Reincarnation. You would just need this card instead. But you can. But if you build a side deck that supports this deck, then yeah, you could, add Reborn and add add the DDR into your side deck, but you would need to also have a side deck where it can counter basically your opponent's board. So cards, so floodgates such as I think it's what, Tikenbu, if I remember right. Let's see. I want to see about something really fast. Yeah, okay, yeah. So cards, such as Tikenbu, there can be only one. Gozen Match, maybe? Oh, well, no, never mind. Basically cards such as Tikenbu, Zing Zang Hu would be another really good floodgate they could use against your opponent. I would say Mind Drain, but the biggest problem with Mind Drain is that with Ogre, Unicorn, and Fenrir all have effects in the hand where you can summon it from your hand if you have no monsters, and Mind Drain basically stops that. So it's sort of like a bad card to use in this deck, if you will. But still, it's not too bad. It's still not too bad of an effect. But the third effect reads: if your opponent activates a spell or effect, and you control a Kshatri-La monster, you can target 3 cards in your opponent's grave, banish them face down. So it's basically, it's sort of like a call-by on steroids of sorts. So it basically, so with this card, it lets you normal summon without any tributing at all. You can Reborn or DDR one of your Kshatri-La monsters, and you can also triple call by your opponent's graveyard, which is absolutely crazy. And there's a note underneath that says Birth refers to somewhere where a ship lands at a harbor. Oh, that's cool. How many more cards do we have? Is there left in this archetype? We have 1, 2. Okay, so we have... Okay, alright, you guys. Alright, you guys, so we have 2 more cards to talk about in this video. And the first one is called Scareclaw Twin Saw, which is a normal trap, and it says activate, and it says that it's a once per turn. And it has 2 separate effects. The first effect reads, tribute 1 Scareclaw monster that target 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them, and if you do, Visas Starfrost. Oh, and if you control Visas Starfrost, banish them. Okay, so definitely, so you can definitely play the whole package, Visas Starfrost, the Scareclaws, all into the Kshatri-La Archetype, and just combo off for days. It might be a bit of a problem for your opponent, because depending on how you build the deck, odds are you're gonna be wasting a lot of time, especially if you put this deck in a YCS or a regionals or whatever. Ugh. Not gonna be pretty, that's for damn sure. Not gonna be pretty. But basically it's a Cosmic Cyclone bottomless trap hole, basically, which is pretty cool. Second effect reads, if there is a link 3 or higher monster on the field, you can banish the card from your grave. Link monsters on the field cannot activate their effects this turn. Oh my god. Guys, this can stop... Oh my god. Guys, that effect can stop Axis Code Talker. Axis Code Talker, Appaloosa, all those cards. Oh, that is just too broken. Whoo! Damn, guys, I'm gonna be honest. Just by looking at that effect, I'm not even gonna justify how broken that card is. It's so broken. Being able to Cosmic Cyclone your opponent's back row, bottomless trap hole your opponent's front lines, and to be able to, excuse me, and to be able to stop an Axis Code Talker from triggering its effect, a Nightmare Unicorn, D-Code Talker, what else? Appaloosa, Borlo Dragon, Borlo Sword Dragon, pretty much any and all Link 3 and Link 4s. That's pretty nutty. That's pretty nutty. There's a note here that reads, the kanji reads as something like Twin Fangs of the Fourth World. Well, that's cool. That's cool. And then the last card of the archetype to talk about, until we get more support for them in the future, we have Kshatri-La Prepare, which is a continuous trap, and both of its effects are once per turn. And the first effect reads, during either player's turn, you can special summon one of your Kshatri-La monsters that is banished or in your hand. So it basically is sort of like a cyber rev system, where you can just summon from your hand, or normally it would be from the graveyard, because that's cyber rev system, where you can summon from the hand or the graveyard. In this case, it is from your banished pile. So that's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The second effect reads, if your opponent activates a trap or effect while this card is face up in the spell and trap zone, you can and you control a Kshatri-La monster, you can look at your opponent's hand, banish one card from it face down. So it's sort of like a banished version of confiscation, which is not too bad an effect. Obviously it gives you access to banish cards such as Ash Blossom and Callby, just so that way your plays can't actually go through, and you can even also banish a Nibiru if they had it in their hand. Which, to be fair, don't get me wrong, Nibiru is still pretty good, but I think nowadays it's way past its prime, only because of the fact that there are so many other cards that they can use besides Nibiru, in my honest opinion. But honestly, my thoughts on this archetype, I think this could be another one of those decks that just might take over. It just might take over the meta. I know that it'll definitely take over the meta in the OCG, but the TCG, I'm not so sure about it. But cards, I would say this: cards such as Emergency Teleport, cards such as Xyz Import, and and cards such as Pot of Acquisitiveness could very may well be the key factors to making this deck literally a tier 0 deck. But that, yeah. Sorry guys, sorry guys, some got caught in my throat. But anyway, that brings me to the question of the day. What are your guys' thoughts on this archetype, and do you think this deck will be meta upon its release? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh news videos, which typically get posted on Tuesdays, sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. All the links will be in the description below. And if you guys have any fan mail that you guys want to send me and you guys want me to open it up on the channel, all the info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.